folks, I am extremely hard on my gear, and it's highly likely that I fish more than you do. And the rigors of being one of my reels mean that you're likely to be destroyed and not well taken care of. It's just the reality of it. The same thing with my rods. You know, the St. Croix rods I have, I value a lot, but I don't take care of. I know that doesn't go along with it very well. I've already busted off a couple of the carbon fiber guides on this St. Croix Legend Extreme, the $630 one that I just absolute love as my finesse jig rod. But I'm not going to talk about rods. I'm going to talk about reels. I'm going to give you 3 reels, and mind you, I have no reel sponsor. I don't work with any particular brand of reel. I'll try any of them. I've had some kind of thrust my way, like, hey, here's a freebie or a discount or whatever, and I try them, and if they don't hold up, and I've had some cheaper, I'd say less expensive brands that have been recommended that have been pushed my way, and I say, you know, let me put them through the paces. And frequently I get people in emails, or not emails, in the video comments and through Messenger. A lot of people communicate with me that way with a new reel, and they see that I'm using it, and they say, how do you like that? And my response is always the same, and that's I don't know. Ask me in about 2 years. That's about the time that most reels just totally fail on me. Whether I spend, you know, $250, $300 on one, or $60 on one, and I have some, you know, fairly low budget ones that I really like, that have stood up to the rigors of how much I fish and the varieties of fisheries that I take them in. And 1 or 2 of those, you know, kind of mid-grade, you know, $200-ish reels to recommend. So got 3 of them to tell you about. I will start with my baitcaster that I absolutely love. So that is the Daiwa Tatula, and I use a lefty. It's a 6.3 Tatula HL, and I think I've had this one, I'm gonna guess, I think I've had it 3.5 years. I got it when they were, it might have been longer. I got it when the Tatulas were kind of a new, man, it might be longer. It may be more like 4.5, 5 years. I don't know. I've owned this reel a long time. Hardly ever backlashes on me. The drag on it is still smooth. I do minimal care. I should do better. I really should. It's something that I need to learn how to break them down and clean them and just take care of my stuff better. Maybe as an annual, you know, reel breakdown. But this one's been my jackhammer reel, and you know, I got it spooled up with this is the Cigar multicolor braid. I can't remember which one it is, or what it's called, but it's Cigar's braid that has like all the different colors. Kind of makes it a camo. Anyhow, this one's paired on a St. Croix Legend Tournament sweeper spinnerbait rod, but I've had it on other setups, and it gets a lot of casts, and it is held up. Still has a smooth drag, still doesn't backlash on me, and it's a beast. So the Daiwa Tatula is my favorite bait casting reel, a lefty. Next one, and I'm going to end with one that I use in both fresh and saltwater. It is a saltwater reel, and it's one I just it occurred to me on this last trip, I'm like, this has been with me several seasons, but it's not where I'm going right now. This one is Abu Garcia Revo X. I actually got this one. I bartered for this. Thanks, Trey. I'm happy with it. I don't know why you weren't. Trey Leach with Innovative Sportsman said, I don't really like this. I'm like, huh. How much you want for them? He's like, you tie up some of those brush jigs in 1/4 ounce for me and we'll call it even. So he gave me 2 of them, and I got one on it's my small crankbait rod, and the other one gets a workout on my finesse jig rod. When I throw if you haven't watched in the tackle crafting section how I make these finesse jigs with the Do It mold for the Midwestern finesse jig, it's really the Ned head. Caught a lot of great fish on that. Caught a lot of great fish on this, Legend Extreme rod paired with this. Actually, this Revo X caught my personal best largemouth back in, it was an 8-1 back in, well, it was earlier this spring down in South Carolina. Smooth drag. I don't know how long Trey had used it, but I've had it, it's been over a year. So not real long in my terms, but so far it's the amount of use that I've used it in a year, the places that I've had it, it's holding up. It's still got a smooth drag. It casts well, and I've done no maintenance to it at all, and it's seen some abuse. So I think it's Abu's, one of their lower end. I hate to say that, but they're less expensive. I have one that's the next level up that I also like. I think the SX maybe. I don't know. It's at 30 size. It's a good reel. Good, small spinning reel that is done very well for me. Comes a fertilizer setup. I'm gonna let this audio pass now that noise has moved on. I'm gonna show you this one. This is the one that I was on this last trip, which included catching some 40+ inch striped bass up in Maine with this reel. This one, it occurred to me early on in this trip, hey, this one's been with me a while. This is a much heavier duty. It's a saltwater reel by Canyon Reels. I ordered another one early on this trip because the light bulb went off like, ooh, I've had this one a while. It's survived ever since Gary Ward. Thanks for the recommendation, Gary. I was actually up at Gary's home tackle shop, Fisherman's Supply in Brick Township, or no, he's near Brick Township. It's was it Point Pleasant Beach? It's in New Jersey. I think it's somewhere in the middle, but cool shop. This is the reel, Canyon Reels, which is actually, when I ordered it, it came from Brick, New Jersey. So Canyon Reels is based there. And this is a DJR 3500 high performance spinning reel, 25-pound carbon power drag, whatever. I've already got it on the next rod that it's going to be. Why a saltwater reel? Why? Well, because I do double duty. I mean, I'm sometimes in the Gulf Coast states, sometimes I'm up in salty water in Maine, sometimes on my home water, the Chesapeake, and I don't just use it for saltwater use. It's a great reel for snakehead, and I'm gonna show you the new one that I got for whatever reason. And I'm getting ready to spool this one up. I saw that they have orange, and I was like, yeah, I'll get an orange one. This has been The blue one that you saw a second ago, such a good reel for me. For heavier duty application, I actually have this one on a St. Croix Legend inshore. And it's a 7-foot medium power. So this setup caught, you know, at least one 40+ inch striper, I don't know, end of last week, throwing gravity tackle eels with my buddy Mike Baker, who's a guide up there, kayak fishing guide, and his buddy Derek. So they both caught more. They've got the touch, but they put me in the right place. And this reel, you want to hear what this reel sounds like? You want to hear this smooth drag? Let's just cut to that for the pure, you know, beauty of that audio. Let's go there now. Okay. I have no idea. He's taking me into that riprap. He's made a couple good runs. All right, I'm gonna turn him around and see if I can torpedo slow nothing. I thought I was gonna pull him away from that riprap. All he's doing is just pulling drag. It's all right. I'm tiring him. I know I'm moving him. Yep, I've gained on him. Oh, a bunch. And now he's right next to me. He got mad. We got him in. Okay, so that's with this reel after, geez, Gary, how long has it been since you recommended this reel to me? I think it's been 3 years, and I think right away I got it into action with him on one of the back bays with some 12-pound plus bluefish on topwater. It's amazing, so much fun. But it's, you know, it's been the reel that I had the tarpon on with. I can't tell you how many redfish it's caught. And it's, you know, having it for what I'd say heavier duty freshwater use has been good. I don't know, I like the bigger knob on it. And you know, it's been something I've used for largemouth down in Virginia, skipping it up into places I just don't think I'm getting I'll jig fish with this, that I'm getting a jig out of. I'll skip a jig up into somewhere and be like, I'm lucky if I even pull a 3.5 pounder out of there and have caught bigger, because, you know, it's got the power. It definitely has the power. People that think, oh, you need a baitcaster to do it. Well, if you like spinning rods, you can skip better with a spinning rod. You know, consider this one. You know, because it's got some significant power, and you know, it's been good to me. So that's my third one. Hopefully this helps you find some reels that'll work with what you're doing. But I did want to recommend 3 of them that have held up well for me over several years on 2 of them. And then, you know, the Abu smaller spinning reel, it's been over a year with me. I don't know how long it was with Trey before he let it go. I'm glad to have it. I'm glad to have all of them. All right, that's all I got. See you.